the local media has an agenda that they're going to serve. I don't know who's in charge of it or what it is, if it's like a headless monster.
You know, I was pretty happy with that one Gerbils the other night.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, yeah.
That was a good pizza.
Yeah. Fat wallets and empty hearts. Which...
Fat wallets, empty hearts.
It's insane how little musicians get. So, yeah, if you're interested in support, not just me, but any musician that you like, one of the best ways to do that, it sounds old school because it is purchase their music, purchase their merch, you know.
Hey guys, this is Mark from Rat Rod.
Hi, this is Mikey P from Skells.
Hey, this is Jeff from the Bell Jumpers.
Let's go.
Probably Dave Grohl, because he's awesome.
This is Jessica for the band Dimitus. You're listening to Pennsylvania Rock Show.
What's up, everyone? This is the Pennsylvania Rock Show, episode number 694, coming at you on music from the 412.com, both radio and TV, OTT TV. Build the Scene Radio, XRP Radio. Build a Scene out of Leechburg, Pennsylvania, xrpradio.co.uk in Glasgow, Scotland. Mega Rock Radio and 107.1 FM, that's KFGD in St. Louis, Missouri. oldiesxl.com in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where we get played really early in the morning because we don't really fit their normal genre style. And Rootaroo Radio, which is on the beaches of San Diego, California. This is episode number 694. For those of you that are not familiar with the show, you can comment on the videos that you're watching, and we can interact with you. So if you have any questions for my guest tonight or for me, make a comment, and we'll do our best to get you an answer. The first song we heard was from Sour Mash called Wild Willie. Sour Mash is from the valley I live in. About a mile from here is where their lead singer, lead guitarist is. Rockabilly Junction, who is no longer together, and their song Southern Skies. I can walk out my back door and say hello to that lead singer. And the third song we heard at the beginning of the show is from the Sneaky Heat Missiles, and it's Poker with Joe. I can't read my own writing. With me tonight is, I'm going to read what it says on the screen, Sir Richard Dean Gert III.
Yeah.
From the Sneaky Heat Missiles.
Yeah. Not to be confused with Sir Richard Dean Gert II. That guy's a jerk. Actually, that's my dad. I hope he's not listening.
I was just going to say, being a junior, I'm pretty sure I know how that works. Matthew D. Crippen.
Oh, boy.
Would like to know if there's going to be any bass.
No bass here. No, it's just the ace of bass. I think that's Matt's favorite band.
So he has been hitting up my photos lately and asking me where the pictures of all the basses are.
Oh yeah. He's a bit of a bass nerd. It's incorrigible. He's grinding up them basses in little powders and snorting them. The guy is unstoppable.
All right, so let's start off with one of the few normal questions you're going to get from me tonight. Where did the name the Sneaky Heat Missiles come from?
I was throwing so many ideas at a wall that just weren't sticking, and I think the other bandmates finally got tired of me throwing something out there, and they're like, fine, let's just do it. Of course, it sounds like a heat-seeking missile, and it's something that, like, if you were mispronouncing or whatever, and it's got a certain little bit of a flavor to it. I've heard people say that it's in reference to flatulence, which it might be. I don't know. It's up for interpretation. However it speaks to you, I'm fine with that.
We're gonna make you the center of attention for a little while.
I'm all right with
that. So this question, probably within the last year, I've asked it a bazillion times. What is your favorite pizza that you've had because you're a musician? So at a show, at a venue, recording, you have to figure out a way to say I had this pizza because
Yeah.
I was a musician.
Yeah, hands down. And I hate to not be throwing Black Lotus Pizza some love here because I do love those guys. The best pizza
And
I've had
huge
because
supporters.
oh yeah, they're massive supporters of the scene. And I'm going to give them a chance to redeem themselves at West Side Bowl, my favorite venue. They used to have a crab rangoon pizza, and I fell in love with it. It was fantastic. It was really weird, but I would have to say that's my favorite band-related pizza ever.
Do you guys have something named after you at Black Lotus?
Yeah, we have the sneaky heat sauce. It's a little tangy, a little bit sweet barbecue sauce, but on the back end of it, it kind of burns the back. It's very pleasurable. It's way better than the God Hates Unicorn sauce. I don't even know what that was supposed to be.
I need to try and get in contact with them on behalf of Music from the 412.
Black Lotus.
Yeah, I'm feeling they'd be into what we do.
Yeah, I'm certain of it. Those the guys down there, I met Joe at a Mephistopheles show where I got this pin, and every time I've seen him not working, he's been supporting the music scene, going to shows. He came to a show last Friday, got out of work, didn't make it to the show, but showed up in time to say hi to people and stuff. So you got to support people like that are putting their heart into things. And the food is fantastic. It's all organic. It's all fresh. You're not eating something that's spent a few dozen days on the back of a truck or something like that. And I kind of line up with their philosophy. We all fell in love with the pizza and stuff like that while playing Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering, and it just it feels like a grown-up version of what we wanted when we were kids. So it's a great place.
I have not been there yet. As we were discussing earlier, I don't really live near the city.
Yeah, you live like on another planet somewhere.
Yeah. When I go to the city, that's the third county I've been in.
Yeah. When which speaks a lot to what you do, because I see you at a lot of shows too. It's a long trek. It's a long day for you to do that kind of stuff.
This Saturday I was at Sleepwalker Ball with Never Wake, Thoriaca, and Victoria Fire.
Yeah.
And that was after spending 8 hours at my dad's house helping him replace his sewer line.
Yeah. That also sounds
and
like
it wasn't
a long day.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad until I had to drive home.
Yeah.
And then it was like, this might have been a bad idea.
The sewage part was a bad idea. The rest of it was cool.
I really expected that to be way worse than it was.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how not the way I imagined it was.
Yeah. If you're trying to convince me to helping you next time, it's not going to work.
Yeah. I'm not sure who. Do you know Edward Klein?
Yeah, that's our bass player, Edwino.
Okay.
Good old Eddie. He also does some really cool stuff on the side. Not only is he the Missile's best bass player, but he does jewelry. He does laboratory work. He's got a website on Facebook, and he's making all kinds of dope looking stones that he and his family go out and find personally. So, that's pretty cool. I've smoked some pipes, Latakias, Virginias, et cetera, et cetera.
Let's see. That went like completely in the opposite direction, but it was perfect
Yeah.
because we were talking about all this local scene stuff.
Yeah.
Including Black Lotus Pizza, which I have not had a chance to visit or talk about, but I knew that they existed and what was going on there. So that was awesome.
Highly recommend it.
So the first time I saw you guys, you were playing Rob Zombie and White Zombie.
Yeah. That was a childhood dream come true. I mean, I kind of grew up listening to that stuff. And when Derek asked us if we wanted to take part in that show, and I'm like, yeah. He's like, what band do you want to play? And my gut reaction was like POD, and he's like, please no. So like Rob Zombie, White Zombie was the next best choice. But yeah, I've been listening to that stuff a long time. And it was like, obviously there's no horn parts in that music. And when we do cover stuff,
but it sounded really cool with it.
Thank you. Yeah. I had to arrange some stuff that kind of made sense in there using synthesizer parts as inspiration. And then I play saxophone too. So I'll figure it out on my sax, put it in the notation software, and then transpose it to trumpet, trombone, or whoever else we can get to do it. And that show, actually, we were short on horn players for that show. So two of the guys from Fine Young Men showed up to play with us, and then we ended up having a wall of horns. It was fantastic.
I was just going to say, there were a ton of people playing with you.
Yeah, we got some extra help, and it was it was better than I can imagine. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I did not have the correct lens for that room.
I like the pictures you got me. They're on all my dating profile sites. Everybody knows who I am.
That was a fun show, though. Except when I was outside watching Trainwreck and the pit erupted, and I got kicked in the middle of my shoulder blades while I was about to take a picture.
Ooh,
that was not good.
Yeah, no, that sounds unpleasant. Yeah, it was. I was inside helping Johnny Razor with the sound stuff inside the cafe, and I was kind of splitting my time going back and forth listening to the other bands doing their things, and everybody did a fantastic job that night. It was a lot of fun.
I can't remember which band originally asked me to come out, but I ended up taking photos of a bunch of bands.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I saw the Slobber Knockers live too.
Yeah, they were doing Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
Their
one guitarist, his cousin was my best friend. So
that's cool. Yeah.
I hadn't seen him in forever. But
yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you one quick question, and then we're gonna take a break because I wasn't paying attention to the time. Before we get too far into this, for the people that are listening and it's the first time they've heard of the Sneaky Heat Missiles, where can they find you online while we're taking our break?
We are all over the place. Sneakymissiles.com is our website. I think I also have the sneakyheatmissiles.com, and they go to our link tree, and that'll take you to all of our socials, the Facebooks, the YouTubes, the Instagrams, and we're very social over there. So anywhere you want to hit us up, we'll get back to you.
It says linktr.ee/sneaky missiles.
Yes. Or sneakymissiles.com.
There you go.
If it's easier to remember.
Right, so we're going to take a moment. We're going to listen to the song 876 by Incofado. And while we're listening to that on the radio, we're going to find out about some of the sponsors for Music from the 412 on the video side. And we will be right back. Quantum Theater is presenting The Flying Lovers of Vitebsk, a remarkable klezmer musical based upon the love story of artist Marc Chagall and his poet wife, Bella. October 28th through November 6th at the Rodef Shalom in Oakland. For more information, go to quantumtheatre.com. That's quantum, THEATRE.com.
Main Street Music and Sound is your full-service music store for instruments, rentals, repairs, and more. Our experts have over 40 years of experience in AV and lighting installations. And if you're looking for any kind of instruments, accessories, or gear, you'll find it here. Plus, we offer lessons for students of all ages and levels for a wide variety of instruments. Visit Main Street Music and Sound in-store or online today.
reignite your curiosity with WQED. Are you enjoying the QED content on Music from the 412? WQED is committed to providing local content for the community, supported by the community. WQED brings you art, education, entertainment, and so much more. And all this great content is only possible because of your support. Not a member of QED? It's easy to join. Just visit WQED.org/donate and become a member today.
Hey, it's Bonnie Diver with your concert calendar on Music from the 412. Coming up October the 28th, it's a fabulous Booze Brothers Halloween. That's at the Forge Urban Winery starting at 8 o'clock. November the 4th, Tower of Power will be at the Carnegie of Homestead Library. November the 10th, Don McLean, same place, Carnegie of Homestead Library. And we also have tickets for you to win while you're listening to Music from the 412. November the 11th, it's Medusa's Disco featuring the legendary Hucklebucks. That's at Deadhead Winery. And November the 18th, Moonwalker at Preserving Underground. That's your concert calendar. I'm Bonnie Diver on Music from the 412.
Music from the 412 would like to give a very special shout out to our amazing sponsors. Because of you, more people than ever can discover Pittsburgh's vibrant music scene every day. We'd like to thank Main Street Music and Sound, Shady Lady Productions, Drusky Entertainment, J&T Tire Pros, Moondogs, Red Medicine Recording, the Pittsburgh Shrine Center, WQED, Deadhead Winery, Pamela Bryan, and Quantum Theater. Thank you for supporting local Pittsburgh creativity.
Hey, it's Bill. We are back on Music from the 412. Build the Scene, XRP Radio, Mega Rock Radio, Oldies XL, Roodaroo, wherever you feel like listening to us. With me tonight, I have Rick or Sir. Oh, he took the names disappeared. Oh, wait, I know why. Nope. It was 100% me. Hold on. There we go. Sir
That's
Richard
better.
Dean Gert III.
Yeah.
From the Sneaky
Esquire.
Heat Missiles.
I put Esquire on the end of that, but I didn't want to seem too pretentious.
Here's something that will surprise everybody who watches this show all the time. I forgot to press play on the radio side, so nobody could hear us talking about your name there for about 30 seconds. You can hear me, not you.
That's fine. It was stupid anyways.
So that was Inco Fido, and we were just talking about how your band had a lot of people at that Some Die Nameless show.
Mhm.
And I think Inco Fido probably still had more members than you guys played with that night.
100%. I would have to say probably around 2017 was the first time I'd seen Inco Fido. I'm not from the Pittsburgh area. I think they were playing with the Toasters, and this was also pre the Sneaky Heat Missiles. And when I saw them that night, my overwhelming impression was, I need to have a band bigger than that. I'm getting close.
I think they have like 9 or the last time I talked to them, I want to say they were at 9 or 10.
I saw Chuck at the show the other day. He told me they have 14 now. I think he was just pulling my leg, but I can't really be sure.
Where do they play at?
I don't know. I think they have 2 football teams that could play against each other.
They have to play at Mr. Smalls and use multiple stages.
Well, when I saw them, they were at Club Cafe, and that was part of the absurdity that really hooked me, is all of that stuff going on that tiny little stage, and there was always something to look at. It was just so much fun.
You know what I forgot to do, and I told you I was going to do it, and you let me forget to. So way back at the beginning of the show, the third song we listened to was your song "Poker with Joe," and I didn't ask you about the song.
Oh yeah. It's a song. We wrote it. I mean, yeah. No, I don't know. What do you think of the song? What do you think it's about?
I'm afraid to ask. That's why I didn't ask.
That's fair. You know, the whole idea is, you know, the tongue in cheek, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. And I have some really close friends, Joe and Amanda, and we used to take trips to Las Vegas, and we would do all the fun Las Vegas things. And that's kind of what the song is about. it's it kind of an homage to spending time with those friends of mine and just having a good time. And there's a little bit of hyperbole towards the end of the song that I won't get into, just in case there's young ears listening. But
thank you for that.
it just it's part of that, kind of I don't know. I think traditional is probably the wrong word, but stereotypical Las Vegas daydream. You know what I mean?
What stays there, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It stays there. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Let's get a little bit into who you are as a musician, but I'm not going to ask those easy questions like you normally hear. I'll get the same answers, but the questions are different.
Okay.
All right. So for some reason, the Sneaky Heat Missiles decide they're going on tour and they're going to hire me to drive the tour bus. Don't do that. And my dad will tell you why if you ever meet him. But what music are we going to play in between show stops?
Well, I'd have to do the correct thing and allow you to pick the music since you're driving.
Yeah, but see, that doesn't give me any of your influences.
All right. So now I see where you're going with that. I knew where you're going with that. I'm just pulling your chain. I'm a metal guy. My kids' first shows were metal shows. Dillinger Escape Plan, Zao. Years ago is when I started introducing my kids into music. But I've been a metal guy all my life, but I had never stopped wondering after playing in men and metal bands and nobody showing up. I bet you if I played in a ska band, people would show up. So I started one, and people still aren't showing up. I don't know what's up. But as far as the music goes, we would totally be listening to They Might Be Giants. I think another person on your show is a big fan of them. I think it shows intelligence to be a They Might Be That Giants fan. It would probably be Opeth because it's moody and it's fall out right now. And Dillinger Escape Plan, anything Mike Patton, anything Danny Elfman, that sort of stuff.
I am. You mentioned first concerts. My kids' first concerts have all been local bands. This summer was huge. They went to quite a few with me. They went to some Rock for Life shows. At those shows, you get hit with anything from acoustic to country to rock to metal. I will say my one daughter absolutely loves Scale. Are you familiar with Scale?
No.
All right, so Scale is a local metal band. They only play a handful of shows a year.
Okay.
I will point you in the direction to listen to them, but they don't fit the rest of the playlist I have, so I can't play them tonight.
Okay.
My other daughter was not a fan at all, and they're twins.
Oh, that's crazy. So my two boys are 13 months apart. My oldest one actually plays drums in the band, and he's the one who's the metal fan. He loves all the metal shows. My younger son, his first show was a Zao show, and I think I gave him PTSD from that. He never recovered. And but they're both music lovers, and we just went to Saturday the Brownsville Scream event and saw God Hates Unicorns.
I thought I saw a picture of you.
Yeah, that
standing
was
with Sarah Hayes and.
Mm-hmm. Mostly, it was a nice fall day. It was much nicer than going to a pumpkin patch. We were smoking cigars and listening to, heavy music.
So my son performed on that stage this past summer. He's in a stage band, and his stage band opened for Aristotle Jones, who is the band that we're playing last this evening.
Very cool. Very cool. The stage out there is really cool. The town is a little bit creepy.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff closed there.
Yeah, it's a little Silent Hillish.
But there's like I think it's a VFW right by that park. Like it shares the parking lot with the park.
Yeah,
that's where my son's band rehearses.
That's really cool.
Keep in mind, I described to you where I live. and that's where I have to drive for him to rehearse every weekend.
Yeah, no, that's nuts. That's a lot of driving.
But very cool park. Like, it's a really cool park. I would love to have something like that near
Yeah,
here.
the park is very nice. Yeah,
I've corrected tests on that stage. So if you were able to sit down with your musical idol, first of all, who would you be sitting with, and what would be the most important question that you would ask them?
It would have to be Bono, and I would ask him how he really feels about the AIDS pandemic, or was he just making some money off of that stuff? I don't know. I was. I'm going to be brutally honest that I was a U2 fan for most of my adolescence, and I get teased for that, and I'm willing to put that out there. I think fair information is a good idea. But I think even longer than I listened to U2, I was always a Charlie Parker fan. I grew up playing alto saxophone in grade school, junior high, senior high. And Charlie Parker was one of the people that I connected to the most. I remember being a kid and getting in trouble for whistling along with the music at midnight. And I think I would probably enjoy a sit down with that guy, as you may know, the inventor of bebop jazz, and just ask him what the heck was going through your head. Like, none of that stuff makes any sense. I was just talking with some friends about it tonight. It's a completely different vocabulary, and you kind of build it up, and the more verbose you are in that bebop vocabulary, you're just ripping out some crazy horn lines. And some of the stuff is the way they string it together, you'll never hear it again. It's really fascinating.
I'm going to ask you the official build a scene question, then we're going to take another break.
Okay.
And we'll figure out time later. All right. So who is your Dave Grohl? And by that, I mean, who do you want to go up on stage with and perform one of their originals? The Foo Fighters are known for pulling those people out with the signs.
Man, that is a tough question. I would, and at the risk of sounding really cheesy, man, most of the mainstream music has been so far at the back of my head, and it's people that we play with here in Pittsburgh that I idolize. I would love to get up
and go right ahead and throw those out.
Yeah, Garage League. They just had a album release show, and those guys were fantastic. I've had multiple members of Inco Fido on stage with me doing a live album at Ormsby that's going to release this month, I believe. Brian Sykes and Gray Walker, and he's like the Mike Patton of Pittsburgh. He's all over the place, and what he's doing is fantastic.
And he has his own podcast as well.
Yeah, I've been listening to. That was one of the few things that got me into the Pittsburgh music scene in the first place. Paul Neal at Cat Zulu and Don't Quit Your Day Job. Sorry. He's become a really good friend, and you know, being able to work on musical stuff with him has been the same thing as hopping on stage with a Dave Grohl for me. And these things are super important, and I feel really grateful that I could be right in the middle of it.
So I have some Gray Walker, and he has another band that I can't think of the name of right now.
Normal Creatures.
That's it.
Yeah.
I have some Normal Creatures. You mentioned Garage League. I have two of their songs. I have We Are Wealth and Killer Robot Goes Surfing.
Yeah, both great songs. Yeah. They're just a ton of like, and I'm feeling real terrible right now because like I can't. Now that I'm on the spot, I can't think of all the bands. There's just a ton of really cool talent here in Pittsburgh, and it's pretty fantastic.
All right, so we are going to take that second break. We're going to listen to John Vento and his song Baby Blues. And on the video side, we're going to see some more sponsors for music from the 412, and we'll be back in just a few moments.
My name is Jazz Byers, and I have a brand new TV show called Jazz's Rock and Road Show. It follows me on my travels all over the place and the people I meet and the friends I have in different cities. And then it also highlights different Pittsburgh bands, and we have performances and interviews. So check it out on Music from the 412, Jazz's Rock and Road Show. Woo! Yeah!
Main Street Music and Sound is your full-service music store for instruments, rentals, repairs, and more. Our experts have over 40 years of experience in AV and lighting installations. And if you're looking for any kind of instruments, accessories, or gear, you'll find it here. Plus, we offer lessons for students of all ages and levels for a wide variety of instruments. Visit Main Street Music and Sound in-store or online today.
Hello everybody, I'm Mark Reisman, and 50 years ago a couple of kids approached me on an Oakland street corner and asked, "Mister, do you want to buy a harmonica?" I did, and I never looked back. Join me on October 26th at the Thunderbird Cafe and Music Hall for a once-in-a-lifetime concert. Joe Grishecki and the House Rockers, Bill Toms and Hard Rain with the Soulville Horns, Billy Price, Melinda Calese, John Bindley, Peter King, Ernie Hawkins, Will Condrich, and many more. You can get your tickets at the Thunderbird website or in person at the box office. I'll see you there.
Music from the 412 is proud to feature local Pittsburgh musicians on our 24-hour radio station. Tune in online or stream to your smart device to listen to the latest songs from some of the best bands in the burg. You can even submit your own original tracks online. Join us in supporting our local music scene. Tune in today to Music from the 412, Pittsburgh's home for original music.
Hey, so we are back on episode number 694 of the Pennsylvania Rock Show. With me, in case you're just tuning in, is Rick from the Sneaky Heat Missiles. I don't know why I have trouble saying that.
It is kind of a tongue twister.
Maybe it's because I've seen some of the other names that you've called the band by.
Yeah, and you're just being careful. That's okay too.
So anyway, we don't need to watch that again.
No, we've seen that already.
So we have about 14 minutes left in the show, and I have about 8 minutes left of music. So that means we have 6 minutes because, again, I wasn't paying attention in that first 10-minute segment. So, let's talk about some of your favorite venues that you've had a chance to play at.
Yeah, the special place in my heart is Westside Bowl because that's where we started out. The band started out in Youngstown. I used to live in Sharpsville. I taught at YSU. Our drummer Mordecai still lives in Sharpsville near Youngstown. He goes to YSU. So we've spent a lot of time at Westside Bowl, and they've kind of let us figure out what we were doing there. So that would be probably number one. The runner-up would have to be 222 Ormsby. There's really not much else like it. The only thing that comes anywhere close as Roboto project of the same nature, all ages DIY. Slightly different vibe there, but I like Ormsby because they let me store my shag leather rug there. It's really nice.
That seems like a valid reason.
Yeah, but as far as other venues, like we played Club Cafe. We're playing the Funhouse coming up in November on the 11th with Skank and Homer. It'll be their first show back in 17 years, and yeah, we've I don't know. I wouldn't say we're veterans. We've only been around for like 4 years, but we've played a handful of the places around Pittsburgh. And that's primarily our field of operation. There's a couple places we played in Cleveland, Akron, Erie, and we're trying to stretch our legs this next year.
Along with the venue thing, Kiss has played on a barge, and they've played to Great White Sharks, and Metallica has played in Antarctica, and bands have played on the roofs of skyscrapers. What non-traditional venue should the Sneaky Heat Missiles play at?
I'm going to censor my first choice and go to my second choice, which would be, holy crap. Oh my goodness. I haven't thought about this one. It would have to be the moon. We just fire that rocket right to the moon, and then the stage kind of pops out and the guys kind of pop up and play on the stage, kind of like they did at the one U2 show I went to. It'd be really cool. Trust me.
What is something that's happened at a show that it just either an embarrassing moment or something that happened that just you were like, wow, I can't believe that just happened?
I was at a show once and someone brought a pillow, just a big, like a body pillow with like a watercolor.
Oh, wait a minute
on it.
I know where this is going. You don't have do you have one of those with you right now?
No, there was only one made, and it sold to some unlucky I think he got pink eyes shortly after getting it. I don't know. My favorite story about that pillow is at Ormsby, and it's a big, obnoxious pillow, and I'm bopping along with everybody else swinging around, and there was someone standing to the left of me, and it kept hitting her in the face, and she turned around and she's like, really? And stormed off. Well, it turns out she gets stuck in the mosh pit and, of course, gets tossed into me repeatedly with my big pillow up front. And she wasn't so salty about the pillow then.
I could have used one when I was in.
I was certain it would catch on as the next big fad, the punk rock pillow. And
I tried to get God Hates Unicorns to bring that with them for their photo shoot that I did with their new lineup, and there were lots of pillows, but not that one.
She probably had a hard time getting it out of Josh's house.
Maybe. Let's see. Oh, this could be an interesting one for you. So you're going to manage a band made up of people from the local scene. Who would you handpick to put in that band?
I would have to say Rigor Mortis. He's playing with he was playing with Children October. I believe he still does play with them, and he was playing with somebody new Friday night, and the name's slipping my head. That guy is a machine. He's ridiculous on the drums.
I do have Children of October in my playlist too.
Yeah, those guys are so sick. I think I saw them for the first time. I think it was at a Mephistopheles show. I'll have to go back and ask. I would probably put Derek Reed on vocals because he would probably like poop his pants. He would do a great job, but then like he would be like unwilling to do it. But like that guy deserves a chance to get up there and do stuff. Colin Shanahan from Inco Fido on guitar. That guy does some crazy cool stuff. It's just fun to watch him work, and he looks like a praying mantis when he's playing. It's pretty cool. I would have to put Josh from God Hates Unicorns on tambourine. Yeah, yeah. And then I would probably do Mike from Garage League on bass because like his whole aesthete is very nice. He's got like the 3-colored stripe thing. It's just super cool. It's shrouded in mystery. I don't even want to know what it's all about. I just want him to do that.
All right. So what do you guys have coming up next before I kick you out of the seat?
Sure. Yeah. So November 10th at West Side Bowl with fine young men out of Warren, Youngstown area. Really looking forward to that show. November 11th, like I mentioned, at the Fun House with the Skank and Homer guys. Their first show back in 17 years. We'll be doing that with the Burn Rides. It's also our first time on stage with the Burn Rides. I'm super excited about that. And then December 9th, we're playing the Wickyards. It's a funeral home in Youngstown. If you haven't heard about that place yet, it is super cool. Very spooky. Probably haunted. I do not suggest using the restroom. It's carpeted. But other than that, it's a super cool place. And we're going to do a Ska-Holiday special. It's Ska Holiday. Obvious joke. With some other ska bands. And then, that takes us into 2024 where we got some other cool stuff coming up.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to thank you for hanging out with me on episode 694.
Yeah. It's nice name. Yeah. Nice Denver. I love
Denver. Linktree/sneaky missiles or sneakymissiles.com.
Yep.
And we're going to end things for you here on the radio side with some FUBAR and their song Everybody, and then Aristotle Jones and his song Straight to You. And make sure you join us next week, Monday night, for our next episode. And if I would have done my homework, I would remember who it is, but I don't remember. So go to buildanscene.com to find out who I'm going to be talking to next week. And Rick, hang out for a moment. Everyone else, thanks for hanging out with us.
Good night.